Hey everybody, Code Roger here. Welcome back to Formula One 2019 as we get ready for the Spanish Grand Prix, starting in mighty fine shape today here in Spain, and I'm really looking forward to this one. First time making it to Q3. What do they have to say about old Spain?
What does the Spanish Grand Prix have in store for us today, I wonder? I hope we see some tight wheel-to-wheel action down the main straight, circa Mansell and Senna way back in '91, or maybe we'll have a more strategic race here on a track where overtaking can be difficult. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Gasly, Max Verstappen, and Vettel, Sainz, Grosjean, Red, and Nico Hülkenberg, Norris, Perez, Devon Butler, and Albon, Stroll, Magnussen, Kimi Raikkonen, and Lucas Faber, Ricciardo, and George Russell ends our grid lineup. And now it's time to head down to the track.
The heck happened to Ricciardo? Oh man. Alright. There's your grid.
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going.
You can't see my face right now, but it's not happy at what it's seeing. I definitely think we're gonna struggle to beat those cars starting 11th to 15th. They're gonna go from mediums to hards. Hopefully they also do a two-stop strategy, but it seems kind of unlikely at this point. We'll just have to see. I got nothing else to really... Oh wait, let me... So pit on 6 and 20. Okay, got it. I got nothing else to worry about besides getting a good start here. I wish I was on the other side of the track, but we should at least get a good launch off of the sticky side here. Get it up to RPM. Oh, those were quick lights. I didn't even get to RPM. Oh, I struggled on the start there. It was so quick. Hülkenberg's gonna get us here. Try and get him back. Did it. Boy, that was cutthroat through there. I kind of feel like a sitting duck up here. I don't feel like I have top 10 pace. I kind of just kept stringing together some really good laps. I've got Formula One driver imposter syndrome. I doubt that's a thing. I think being cocky is kind of like a necessary requirement of being an F1 driver. All right, not my best effort for a first lap, but we made it through. Side by side in front of us. That wasn't too good for me. Look at those moves from that helicopter. Thank you everybody for all of your extensive knowledge on helicopters. I feel like basically a helicopter expert now. I think we can all agree that the helicopters are not behaving in this correctly. That's the part of the track I really just don't feel comfortable with. I'm getting under a lot of pressure here. Grosjean's getting away from me. Trying to close that gap back in, especially as we get to DRS laps. Whew.
DRS is now enabled and will be available to use when you are within 1 second of the car ahead in the DRS zone.
Cat distractions. Don't mind me. Terribly sorry. Very important lesson for those out there trying to launch the Formula One careers. Never drive with a cat in your car. He just made a huge lunge from my computer chair to up here. Anyway, back on track. This is a really busy track. You don't relax here very long. Every turn kind of has its own struggle. Down there on battery power. These tires are going to go really quick too. That's one thing I noticed in practice is these tires don't have a lot of life here. Probably gonna get past.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums.
I'll be happy about that, to be honest. I'm surprised he wasn't close enough there. Yeah, the car just does not feel stable at all. Front or rear. Quite a bit of temperature in that left front. A little bit wide there. Just trying to be very smooth with my inputs. It's actually causing me problems. Like I'm trying to not correct the car so much that there's cases when I just really needed to correct the car. Barely held him off there. Oh, it's Norris on mediums. Ugh. This is what I meant when I said.
Information on Gasly. They seem to have an issue.
When I said I don't think I should make it to Q3. It's not going to be good for our race. Here it goes. Clean pass. Yeah, I feel like I'm on ice right now. He's gonna drive away from us probably. And then once we go to the mediums, I've got to run the crap out of them to make up for making an extra pit stop. Potentially. Get a little DRS right here. It doesn't really do much of this track, so. Just kind of is what it is. Just really dancing with it. Get DRS here.
Pit window open. Let's box this lap.
Trying to use this to pull away from Hülkenberg a bit. No, it did not stick there. So much for pulling away from him. Honestly, I feel like I'm concentrating harder in this race than I was at Baku. And it probably hardly looks like it, but the car is just really on edge.
Box, box, box.
You can see it has its moments where it just like tries to snap around. We've strangely been catching a pack ahead of us here. Don't really know why. Nobody pitting with me. One. Signs ahead of us, I guess? Huh. I expected a bunch of cars on pit road here. Hopefully he doesn't box us in. I don't think he will. No.
Exit, exit now.
Decent stop there.
Only one stop to go. One stop left in this strategy.
So the good news is we're out in really nice clear traffic right now. So hopefully these tires come up quickly and you can turn some quick laps. There's still gonna be a lot of pressure on me. Not quite there yet. There we go. Now they're ready to go. It'd be amazing to get up the signs here and get some DRS. That would be very helpful. If he gets away from me, we're really going to be in trouble. Now, granted, when other cars pit, I feel like we're going to be back in traffic here relatively quickly. Spin those mirrors too much. And there's other cars on pit road now. Who's this? Grosjean. I get him while his tires aren't good.
Yellow flag.
Okay, so what's the deal there? Like, I was ahead. I didn't know if I was allowed to, like, continue that pass or not. Can't pass him here.
Green flag.
Okay. I don't know if Stroll was ahead of us or not. I don't think so. Grosjean, a huge lock up there. Hang in, I screwed that up. Getting away. Very few people have pit yet. Or at least if they did, they're just so far out in front of us that they've lost contact. Finally, a good first split. For a car that felt so great in practice, it feels so on edge in the race. I think I'm just pushing it to a degree I didn't push it to in practice, and now some things are rearing their ugly heads about it. I mean, the two of us ran some pretty darn good laps here, so at least likely undercutting some cars that are still out. But we need to do a lot of that for it to matter. I'd rather the outside through here. It's about as properly done as you can do that. As we're pitting again, we can run these tires down pretty hard, I think. You don't have to baby it, which is good. I do feel like I'm running this thing at maximum tilt. This is gonna be a low commentary race. I'm sorry, but it's kind of just heart pounding. I didn't really expect this at all. That's a bit late. That's not helping either one of us. Yeah, we lost a second because he locked him up. Makes me wonder if I'd be better off just staying behind him. He's gonna be running a decent pace, which it certainly seems like he is. Oh man, these helicopters and planes and stuff zooming around. A real treat, I tell you. I'm gonna run right behind him. I gotta realize I need to be backing off a bit. Especially in the slower areas of the track. Somebody's wing right there. Now we're starting to catch cars that haven't pit yet. So that's interesting. Definitely going to beat some cars out there on one-stoppers. They will have to work our way through one way or another. Yeah, I think this is a smarter thing to do. Stay behind them, run faster together, then try to race them and run slower together. Otherwise, we'll be fighting for a position so far out of the points it won't matter. I'm able to run those curves so much harder than I can. Even that, I ran him down in too hard and then he overdrove it. It does kind of feel like some of the drivers have personality, as in, like Grosjean seems to drive extremely defensively. Maybe that's just all of them. But it definitely, you know, kind of lines up to the in real life personality. Hello! Where that tank slapper came from. We're gonna catch that Williams and we're gonna pass it. Trying to motivate myself. I guess our second pit stop was what, lap 20? That should be after, I think, after the first group's pit stops, or after the one-stoppers pit stops. And that's when we'll really know where we stack up. These two are causing a problem. Come on, old teammate, old buddy, old pal. How about you let me through? Oh, geez, they're going too wide. You gotta leave me some space! I know it was a bad situation, but...
Kimi is in for his stop.
I had nowhere to go. I was already beside you. And there's 4 seconds lost, thanks to the Williams going side by side. And then Grosjeaning. Not feeling so sporty about this one now. I should have just backed all the way off, but we still would have lost all that time because we were so locked behind the Williams going side by side with each other. Don't drive too angry. I definitely need to drive with some oomph. Pylon's gone. Stopping, setting quick laps. Russell pits. Do we get DRS though? We do. Okay, there's Albon out on hards, Norris out on hards, so they are done pitting for sure. The only difference is we will be ending the race on mediums rather than on hards. And not a terribly long stint on them either. So it's gonna have to be a cracking drive back through the field if we're gonna get points today. Finally in clear track and no pressure, and I'm actually turning lap times that are halfway decent. I don't think so far today it's been my finest drive. Some good saves, some good catches, but not my best drive. Personal best. Hamilton in front of us on mediums. That's interesting. Wonder why that is. Driving away from those cars behind us now. Makes me think I messed with them for far too long. Thought we were running pretty similar pace, but I think they were actually holding me up.
Okay, looks like you're running on some slightly worn rubber at this point. Should still have a fair amount of grip left, but be mindful, it's going to start falling away.
There's one of those messages that could just be so many less words. I don't mind the message. Nico, looks like the tires are starting to go. Thanks. Nico, the tires are starting to go. 3 laps till you pit. Alright. Just providing some examples, you know.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums.
Hamilton seems slow. No? Seems a little strange that I'm catching him. Not turning particularly great laps. Maybe that's his bit of wing that's sitting on the side of the track out there. See the 2 McLarens up there ahead of us. One of them will pit again, I think. One of them won't. So catching them definitely be pretty critical for our race. I haven't said anything, but Hamilton's definitely got a problem. No reason I should be catching him at this point. And what I figure are pretty similar tires. As long as he was through there, it definitely seems like maybe that is his bit of front wing or something. That'd be good for us. One of the front runners has a problem. Might make our frustrating 11th a rewarding 10th. Might make a frustrating 12th and agonizing 11th. Who knows? Can't tell if it's power. No, it's definitely not power, because I was flat on it there, but he's definitely on the brakes early for that turn. Might be helping me catch the McLarens, though. That wasn't rude at all. I understand. You're the only driver in the field.
We're going to box this lap. Push hard on the in-lap.
Wow. There's a lot of cars doing 2 stoppers. I did not expect that. I did not expect that at all. Vettel just went to hards. We're gonna go to mediums. This might be shaken out differently than I expected, to be honest. I'm gonna try not to get in Verstappen's way too much here. Such a big tire difference. Even though the hards are really slow, they're probably still better than end-of-life mediums.
Pit in this lap.
Honestly,
Remember the speed limit. We'll be penalised if we exceed it. Keep
wasn't
that
in
in
too
mind
bad
as you
shape.
approach.
Where are we gonna come out in the field? There's a graphic that shows that, but I'll be darned if I'm gonna be searching through them right now. Alright, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like we'll be around 10th. Maybe, yeah, maybe more like 12th. Okay, maybe more like 15th. Oh no.
Release, release.
Huh. Yeah, this is not played out in our favor.
No more scheduled pit stops.
This was not good for us. I should have tried to come up with my own strategy, I think. Like I stretch the supers, or stretch the soft tire and go to hards. Supers. Those don't exist, Cone. We got cars ahead of us on hard tires. I imagine they're going to stretch to the end of the race. So if we're going to gain any positions, it's got to be true positions on track. And they're pretty far out there. So I don't know about that. I almost would have been better off sandbagging in Q2 just to stay out of Q3. This race might have some interesting order in the top 10 because of that strategy. 7 seconds. That's a long ways to come. Let's see what we can do. Really hyper-focusing. Try and do some qualifying caliber laps here. Trying to get away from Grosjean as well. I don't want to battle with him over frickin' 14th, 15th place. What was the gap? Was it 7 seconds or was it 6? Because if it was 7, we closed in a second this lap. And that's nothing to sneeze at. Boy, I just messed that up. They let me get away with it. Maybe that was my warning. 5.4, okay, so we are in the faster combination right now. Will it stay faster for long enough? That's the question. Well, we drove that. Hold on to it, though. Well, I held on to it for a minute. Oh. That was seconds from disaster the whole way through there. Definitely overdriving a car. Overdriving the car. Jeez. I would say I'm earning my virtual paycheck today. I really should have negotiated for a better contract. I don't even care that I'm short on fuel right now. That's a purple Sector 3. Which has really not been my better sector. That's quite surprising. Surprises. Misbehaving so much through there. Or it has been quite good. I'm also a little worried about where Butler is in this race. Little sitting fast lap. A cleaner lap this time. I can see the competition now, which makes it, I don't know, feel a little bit more doable. Down to 3 seconds. But I also feel like the grip's starting to fall away from the car. So it'd be hard to actually make those passes if I did catch. No slide this time. So I slid down here instead. Not too bad though. Alright, alright. Pulling out all the stops here. Out all the stops.
Okay, the boots aren't looking too worn at this point. We should have plenty of life left in them. Let's make sure we keep managing them properly.
Okay, not really much I can do there. I'm trying to think of what pulling out all the stops means. I'm thinking it means like when you're doing a telegraph. You pull out all the stops and you just give it all in one long string of words. Because you gotta get that information out right now. That's where my mind went. Probably totally off base, but that's the best my brain could come up with at the moment. It's not impossible that that's Butler up ahead of Ricardo. We're within striking distance now. I don't know how long he's going on those hards, if they're in bad shape or not. Not gonna quite get there here. I'm gonna pass him. I gotta do it quick or it's not gonna be worth it. If I could have gotten the inside there, that would have been a great place to do it. Boy, take that sentence out of context. DRS is so useless right there. And then he locks him up. He's getting held up for way too long. Damn it. Damn it. And I lost DRS too. That's one of the reasons that this track is not people's favorites, is that it is so hard to pass here. Every passing opportunity there is pretty much ruined by the next turn. It's all kind of for naught at this point. No points are happening today. But a race car driver is to get every point they can, or every position they can. Points are not. Meanwhile, a small nuisance has developed behind me.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Small nuisance. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Romping over that curve there. Should be more than enough. That's Albon. Butler's gonna beat us here then, because I think I saw the other Toro Rosso ahead. Those two battle it out behind us a little bit. Catching Albon at a pretty good pace here. I think he's on the same strategy. Long run on hards. Oh, Hamilton's around. And not the spun around kind, unfortunately. Should be enough of a run.
We pretty much burned off our excess fuel. We'll be back on target soon. Don't wait too long to turn the engine down.
Boy, he made it a challenge. Certainly made it a challenge. Magnussen and Räikkönen up ahead of us. 3 laps. I doubt we'll get there, but I certainly gave it everything I had in this one. Timer's starting to go. Yep. Dang it. All that work for nothing. This is a frustrating one. Strategy really screwed us.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
There was never a good strategy for us, really. Now it's just on ice. That's the way it goes. Sometimes the race just doesn't go your way. No matter what your pace is, if you're not on the right strategy, it just isn't going to work out. And this was the wrong strategy. But also, the car wasn't right. I must have screwed something up setup-wise, because it just was really uncomfortable for this entire race. The fact it took that long to bite me is nothing short of a miracle. Should have backed off in Q2. That was the mistake on the weekend. Looking at the brake pedal, locks him up. Like we've done this a time or two. Well, we might get back to Elvon. Doesn't really give us much of anything. Jeez. I don't know that we will. Oh, man. There's one unhappy car. Meow. Short shifting to keep it out of power.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Well, that's actually fantastic news. That means we're almost done. What? Oh, man. Hopped that curve way too much. What has been kind of a torturous race for me. I've still got some fight in me, though. Not just gonna lay over and die here. So we'll run the battery out. Vettel wins. Almost got back to him. Not gonna have enough. He's gonna have DRS in a draft. I'm out of fuel.
I can't say that I'm happy with how today went, but I'm sure you gave it your best. Better luck next time.
You're sure I gave it my best? My hand literally hurts, Jeff, from gripping the wheel the whole time.
Here's our winner, pulling their Ferrari
Your strategy
into
is what
Mark Verme. What a
sucked.
fantastic fantastic race it was. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Well, I think it was clear what the main contributing factor out on the track was today: speed.
Here come our winners now. A
Wise
thrilling
words.
race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known,
Good day for
so
Ferrari.
it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again. And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table.
Surprise,
With
no
that
points for
brilliant
Kimi.
result, Sebastian Vettel secures top spot in the drivers' championship. Some amazing talent
Ah,
out
a
on the track
change.
today. But Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
Well, it's got to be Kevin Magnussen. He displayed exceptional skill out on the track today and wasn't afraid to fight his way through the pack.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. The current championship leaders still hold top spot, but that gap is getting smaller. Meanwhile, Toro Rosso's strong weekend allows them to continue their march up the table. Well, that was certainly an incredible weekend of racing. Be sure to join myself and Anne
2 points.
for more exciting Formula
Was it
1
Butler?
action
Oh, it
soon.
was. Ah, nuts. I don't want to hear from him. Let's view some highlights, I guess. Disappointed. Disappointed in myself. I should have seen it coming. And I kind of did see it coming, and I just didn't do anything about it. Which at the end of the day is, you know, my fault. I should have known. I should have known that that strategy wasn't going to work out. And I guess I should have worked on getting the car more comfortable. It just didn't feel that uncomfortable in practice. But in the race, it certainly had its moments. We had that terrible moment getting stuck behind the two Williams. That was a bad one. Just a frustrating race overall. You're gonna have those. I mean, luckily we moved from here to Monaco, so you know, all the frustration is gone. It's over with. He had nothing. He had like so much room outside of the track too. That's what was really frustrating to me. There was just no reason to pinch me down into there. So much time lost. This is at the end, isn't it? I don't know what we're. Oh, probably pit stops. Yep. A lot of highs and lows in this one too. Like in the middle, it seemed like things were maybe gonna work out. Like maybe the strategy was gonna be okay. Ah, yes, thanks for that moment. Like sitting up there at P6, hey, we got a pretty good gap. This could work out. Didn't work out. Did not work out at all. We made some fun moves. We had some decent battles in the race, so it wasn't a total bummer, but at the end of the day, I just was way overdriving the thing at the end to try and make something out of it, and made a mistake. A costly mistake. That's too bad. Too bad. Plenty more races. Plenty more times to not screw it up. Well, this is not going to be good for our rivalry stuff.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that.
No! I literally
Devin
said
did
everything
much
but the
better
opposite
in
of that.
today's race than he did in qualifying. Were you expecting that?
Right. Okay.
Did you have the wrong fuel strategy today, or was it your management?
I don't think I'm gonna answer that.
Well, thanks anyway.
Well, you didn't even know that I wasn't happy, so you know what? Screw you. Oh, man. It's actually not a terrible loss there. We got good resource points out of the weekend. Yeah, 1100. Alright, I'm not gonna leave here totally dejected, but I definitely feel disappointed with my performance. Should have made a lot more of this weekend, considering it's a track that I earmark as one of my good ones. But gonna have those during the course of the season. Thank you as always for watching, thanks for your support, and I will see you.